What's up, guys? Lou here, and I'm about to bring you another movie review. And it's a comedy, surprisingly. Not a dark comedy, because I know you guys were probably expecting something like that, like, I don't know, The Cable Guy. Given my channel, you already know I'm into horror, action, sci fi, adventure. Very little comedy is mentioned, but I have a big appreciation for comedy films, stand up comedy. I've always wanted to go to a stand up comedy show and just never got around to it. I appreciate it. I grew up with stuff like, Abbott and Costello, Three Stooges. I love and when there's comedic elements in serious films just to break it up. Like, look at Evil Dead. It's a gory horror movie, but the way Bruce Campbell gets tossed around in that film is hilarious. Shaun of the Dead is a perfect example of that. But no, this one's it's a comedy that wants to be serious. There's some serious moments in it. It's a comedy though, and it's the Big Lebowski. You guys might have heard that, or seen it at some point. Awesome movie, directed by the Coen Brothers, Joel and Ethan Coen. If those directors sound familiar, movies like Fargo, Raising Arizona, No Country for Old Men, all those films. They just know how to work a camera and tell a decent story. And, it's sometimes when you have a team put together, it's fun. And that's where the magic happens. So basically, this movie is about this LA slacker. Think of like a chill modern day hippie dude who just kind of figures out life day by day. Doesn't plan in advance. Just kind of goes with the motions. Kind of figures stuff out for himself. But is loyal to friends and family to a degree, I guess. But anyway, he gets mistaken for another Lebowski because his name's Jeffrey Lebowski, but there's a millionaire named Jeffrey Lebowski. Different middle names, obviously. But yeah, he gets mistaken for this and roughed up a little bit by these two henchmen looking for the other Lebowski because that Lebowski's wife owes money all around town. And they kind of put two and two together, but then they're like, "Wait, ain't this guy supposed to be a millionaire?" You know, and so they literally just pee on his rug. Well, one of these hecklers, pee on the dude's rug. He's known as the dude, Big Lebowski, throughout the film. But anyway, he wants to know, what's the story? So he goes to this other Lebowski, and the other Lebowski's some wheelchair bound, miserable millionaire who's like, so what, dude? They mistook you for me. Get over it. And the slacker Lebowski's like, all right, forget this. Walks away, and literally like a day later, he gets kind of drafted by this millionaire to find his wife because his wife apparently was kidnapped, and now he's on this journey with two of his friends. And his friends are hilarious. So the whole movie is centered around bowling too. Bowling is very important to Jeffrey Lebowski and his friends, Donnie and Walter. Donnie played by Steve Buscemi, and Walter, John Goodman. And this is the perfect crew. I don't know, everything about this movie works. And it's funny because usually when it comes to a comedy, you gotta be really careful because if it takes itself too seriously, it's not funny anymore. If it's stupid comedy, it only does appeal to a certain audience, and it's not even it doesn't have to try. It just fits. It's funny. Jack Nicholson's As Good as It Gets. It could be taken as a drama or a comedy. There's comedy elements in that. I'm really not sure what the category is for that movie, but this movie I know for a fact is definitely a comedy because it's just funny but it's not doesn't try too hard. There's a TV series, or was a TV series on AMC that kind of reminded me of this. Very short lived. I think it had 2 seasons. I wish it got continued, but I don't know. I think it's gonna happen. It's called Lodge 49, and basically the main character, that dud, who's played by Wyatt Russell, it's Kurt Russell's son, is a slacker too. But who just happens to be kind of loyal to friends and family, and he just kind of wanders around. If he's not surfing, he's just try to avoid stuff. And just be very simple at things. Kind of like I don't give a shit kind of attitude, but just the slacker type. And he comes across this Masonic temple. It's not called a Masonic temple, but it is. It definitely gives vibes of a Masonic temple, and it kind of gives him like a new purpose. And he goes on a bunch of like these these like philosophy filled adventures, because the Mason temple is like based on a lot of that ancient philosophy stuff, and it's just so funny to see this guy just randomly discover this place. Well, he didn't randomly. There's something that led him there, but yeah, I think that was pretty interesting. But that character in that series reminded me a lot of the dude in the Big Lebowski, and all the misadventures of Lebowski now trying to find this dude's the other Lebowski's wife. It's very confusing, I know, but when you see it, you'll definitely understand who's who. That doesn't take that hard to figure it out. Um, but by talking about it, I guess it's a little confusing. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. Even if you don't like comedies, I definitely recommend this because, like I said, it's a comedy film that doesn't try too hard. It's just naturally funny. And the Coen Brothers know how to make good film. I'm not even trying to be some kind of film snob. Like, oh, Martin Scorsese or Francis Ford Coppola, he could do that. No, I'm just saying the Coen Brothers, when they make a movie, not all their body of work is my favorite, but this one in particular is really good, and it shows, and it still holds up to today. I can watch it whenever, whatever part it's on. I can just get fully invested in the movie, and it's fun. I mean, and the guy who plays Jeffrey Lebowski is Jeff Bridges, and he's just a really good actor, and he plays this to the T. It's highly unlikely this will ever get a sequel, but if it did, I really hope they could get the cast back together, because this movie's it's a fun ride, and it's awesome. I don't even want to call it like a stoner comedy, because then I feel like it gets pushed in with movies like The Pineapple Express, which are fine films, but you can't touch The Big Lebowski. Like, seeing The Big Lebowski makes you want to be The Big Lebowski. I don't think that's a good role model to have, but you know what? Hey, he's the dude, and the dude abides. Alright, guys, that's all I gotta say. I totally recommend it if you haven't seen it already. I'll leave a IMDb link down below in case you want to, I don't know, check out a trailer or something, or read about it more. Yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe, be healthy, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Alright, peace.